How's it going? Today we're going to be tying a variant of a black Pennel. The hook I have in the vise is a Camazan B175 size 10, and the thread I'm going to be using is Unithread 80 in black. I haven't done a video for probably a month or two now, so I just wanted to start with something simple, and as it's coming near the end of the season I'll probably be doing more in the way of videos aimed at beginners, people starting off and things. So we take our thread and we catch on a couple of mil behind the eye. Nice touch and turns. I'm tying this in a size 10, but really you could tie it bigger or smaller, even down to 16s or so if you want it. Now we take our thread roughly to between the barb and the point, just break off the waist there. So for the tail I'm going to be using some of this golden pheasant tippet. The original was plain tippet, but I'm going to be using this hot orange, dyed hot orange colour. So you just want about half a dozen or so fibres, not too many. Get them lined up, pinch them off, and then tie them in. For the length of the tail you're looking approximately the length of the shank. That's a wee bit long, so unwrap them. That's still not really pleasing me the way that's lying, so loose turn or two just to get it in place. There, that's better, that's lying. The fibres are lying a lot flatter. So we take our scissors, trim off our waist. Now for the rib, we're going to be using some silver oval, small. So we just pull off 6 inches or so with that. I'll get you quite a few flies tied. Again, catch it in. I like to catch the wire in or the tinsel in at the bottom of the shank. A few turns, and trim off our waist. Now we'll just take a few wraps of thread up just to tidy everything up, keep the body nice and smooth. There we go. Back down again, aiming for touch and turns ideally, but if there's a bit of a gap it won't matter too much. And now for our body, we're going to be using some of this. It's scruffy dubbing. It's a mixture of seals fur, hare, squirrel. I'm not too sure exactly what, to be honest, but it's black. The original was floss. I've used black seals fur as well at times, but I like this. It gives quite a spiky effect. So take a couple of small pinches, dub it on. Again, nice and fine, nice and tight where you're starting. You want the body to have a bit of taper moving up towards the head, and then nice tight touch and turns, making sure you've got no gaps, moving up towards the head. And you want like a carrot shaped body, so if you have to, just add a little bit more dubbing on your way up. It's a great wee fly for trout. Does well in the rivers, on the lochs. It's definitely one you don't want to be without. You just want another wee pinch in that just to fill the body up. There we go. Just stopping about 3 mil or so away from the eye. And then from here we bring a rib. So reasonably close turns at the back of the fly, and then as you're moving up, widening up. 5 or 6 turns over the top with your thread just to catch it in. Trim off our excess, and then just tighten down that tag. Now, as you can see, it's quite spiky, but I'll give it a rub with the Velcro, and that should just tease more. Just tease a few more fibres out. We'll just watch the thread whenever we're doing the underside. There we go. That's better. 1 or 2 wee bits that are just sitting quite long, so we'll nip them off with my scissors. There we go. That's good. And now for the haggle, I'll be using this natural black hen haggle. It's a cape I've got there. They're not very expensive, to be honest. I would pick them up from Cook's Hill Fly Tying or Rogers Tackle, somewhere like that. They're literally only a £5 each or so. So we offer up our tip. Trim it off. You can double it over and break it off if you want, but I just like trimming it. And then gently with our finger and thumb pull the fibres back, just stroking it back gently to keep them. And then with each wrap of haggle you want to make sure there's nothing sticking forward. If there is, it's not a major issue. Pull it back with your finger and thumb and try and get it with the next turn of haggle. And there's no real hard and fast rules as to how heavy or how many turns. It's up to yourself really. If I was tying flies for the locks and wanted to use it on a big wave, I would want something a bit heavily dressed. And again, if it was flat cam, I'd be looking either a fly that had only 1 or 2 turns of haggle, or one that's been very well chewed from a previous session. So now that that's in, everything's sitting back nice. It's a nice shape. Again, if you want, you can just give it another rub or two with the Velcro, just to try and tease a bit more fibres out. And then from there, we take our whip finish tool and just a few turns. Anywhere really between half a dozen and 10. Trim off our haggle, or trim off our thread, sorry. And here we have, it's my variant of a black Pennel tied with a dubbed body rather than the floss, and with hot orange tippets. Now to finish the fly, just a spot of varnish over the head. Clean any of that bit of fluff on my dubbing needle there. So a couple of blobs of varnish on there, just to let it soak in. I'm just taking care not to get it, or not to touch the haggle fibres, because it can draw up the fibres. And that's the complete fly. Just a simple one to get people started. Not too many materials, not too many techniques, really easy to get going. There's a fibre there just sticking out, but it'll stroke back, no problem. Once it's fished a time or two, everything will want to lie back like that anyway. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.